Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Stuck in a Truck. So it is October 21st, and it is good morning. Yes, everybody. Let everybody know you can throw comments in the comment section. I can read them. That way we can make this an interactive conversation. So if you're watching, please feel free to keep this going. But today's episode is going to be really geared towards my goal hunters. If you're listening right now, this is for you to get dedicated into figuring out your goals. 2021 is around the corner. 2020 is coming to an end. This is time to start setting those goals, the big ones that you're looking for. So we're going to give you 4 quick tips for you goal hunters out there to really hone in and conquer the achievement of getting these goals. So I don't really want to waste a whole lot of time. So number 1, I want you guys to let your imagination go wild. So when you think about it, you should have already gotten your journals out. You should have already gotten locked and loaded to get your journal setting. And that way you have some place to write these things down. But we really want to let your imagination go wild. And the reason for this is because we tend to limit ourselves when it comes into what we can achieve. And I don't want that for you when you're thinking about setting your goals. You want to know that the world is the limits. There's nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. It's all about what you are looking to accomplish. So the number 1 thing that you have to do is let your imagination go wild and start writing these things down. It could be getting a new car, getting a new job position, purchasing something, achieving a study goal, graduating, anything. We want you to go buck wild on this. We really, the key thing here that I have personally found is that anytime I'm saying something to somebody and they say I'm crazy or they think you can't do it, that is essentially one of my goals that I'm all about. So anytime somebody says I can't do something, it's impossible, you can't afford it, whatever, that becomes a major goal for me. So this is something that you can use for yourself. So this is goal writing. So now that's step 1. Now, once you've written all these things down, what you want to do is wait a couple of days and just start looking over them and start asking yourself a question of, why did you choose that as a goal? Is it something that's going to please you internally? Is it going to help you financially? What is it going to do for you? And that's something that you want to look at is your why factor. And when you do that, you'll start to see how your goals really start to line up. Is it going to be number 1? Is it going to be number 2? Is it number 3? Is it a long term versus short term? Because when you write your goals down, that's your imagination going crazy and trying to figure out this stuff. Then when you ask yourself a couple of days later why you wrote those down, why are they your goals? Why do you want to achieve them? Then you're really going to have the motivation factor. And from there, step 3 comes in, which is developing the process. So after you wrote down your goals, you know where your why is. Now you have to do your step 3, which is dividing them into short-term, intermediate, and long-term goals. Some of your goals are going to need to be broken down into processes, meaning, hey, this goal of graduating college and I'm a freshman, it's definitely going to take you some time. So we want to say, hey, my first objective of this goal is to get through freshman year, achieve a certain grade level, and do these things and keep myself in this process. That is a long-term goal with short-term achievements, which should be rewarded. Okay. And then number 4 is to always develop the process, focus on the process, and move it forward. Now that we know the 4 steps, right? Step 1 is let your imagination go wild. Step 2, ask yourself why you want them as your goals. Step 3, develop the process. And number 4 is your check-in on the process for your progress. Why is this important to know? It's because you need to reward yourself throughout this process. This is where I have found more people have quit or failed in the process of achieving their goals. Is simply one major reason. They do not reward themselves throughout the process. You need to, because your brain is working as hard as it can to get these things in place. So if it's buying a new car and you're putting money away for it, you still need to reward yourself for the achievement of putting the money away because you're sacrificing throughout this kinds of things. So you really want to take a moment to plan some of your awards. So if you guys know me, which you do, if you're watching these shows, you know I'm a Lego fanatic. I'm a AFOL all the way, an adult fan of Lego. So one of the big things that I've done is I struggled big time letting go of control on certain things. When I did that, and Blue Line Canine still is achieving, and we're growing, and we're facing a lot of things. I did is I said, hey, if we achieve X, I'm going to get myself a Lego set. If we achieve Y, I'm going to get this, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. This is important to do because it's not always about just getting the goal, but it's also about the reward system that you put in place. It is one of those things. So, for example, I've always said that we'll always give back to communities. We'll always do certain things. And the thing is that the reward is the giving back. The reward is getting these things. So the more successful we become, the bigger we grow, we have to keep the reward system in place because that's our motivating factors. If not, you're going to become completely turned off of it. You're going to want to get out of the goal task, and you're going to find yourself depressed and failing in this goals. So if you guys, again, this is an open forum. If you have questions or thoughts, throw them in my comments. I want to be open with you guys and talk to you guys about this, because if you watch even a minute of this, you know you are going to be successful. You are going to achieve your goals. You do have this. You just have to develop your wants to get these goals. And by doing it, it's endless, man. It's endless. This world is yours for the taking. And I know it because I'm out here hustling every day and knocking stuff out. And it's because I put these little things in place. I was blessed enough to have somebody in my life show me these ropes, guide me through it. And now I want to do it for you. So that's why I do these every week. So remember, going out there, let your mind go wild with your imagination and figuring out your goals. Ask yourself, why are they your goals? Find your true motivation behind it. Develop your process and set up your reward system. Remember, going out there, you have to want to get these things. If you don't really care about it, it's not real goal. It doesn't matter. You know, even when I do these Stuck in the Trucks each week, you guys are the reason why I keep motivating myself to do it, because every time I see somebody click on, like, share, I'm like, man, I got to get more messages out there. I got to help them more. And one of my goals is just to give back to you guys. Is that bottom line is every week I tell you how grateful I am for everything I have, and it's because of every single one of you. And that's why I feel that main goals is to see you guys become just as successful. And successful isn't about money. It's about happiness. It's about achieving your goals. It's about getting your wants and getting those things that you are looking for. If it's free time, boating, more money, tangible items, or not. It could be just being alone or being financially free. This is where we come into play and look at our goals and develop these processes to get there. But I can tell you from personal experience, every goal that I've never achieved was because I did not put my reward system in place. I didn't develop the steps to let myself know that when I get from step 1 to step 2, I reward. Step 2 to step 3, I reward. And what happens, I focus so much on the goal that when I saw how far away it was, it stressed me out and I just quit. I gave it up. It wasn't worth it at that point in time. So these are little things that I've learned from failing myself and then going to the next point. But now I can tell you I've gotten it out of the way. I developed the processes. I know how to reward myself. I'm watching how many dogs we get to help and how many families we're combining. I got the opportunity to work with North Carolina, who's helped North Carolina. Now, Blue Line Canine is moving into Bow-Wag Pet Resort. So we're going to be offering canine memberships. We're going to be offering so much more to everybody with overnight care, special dedicated training. You wouldn't believe how much we have to offer moving forward. So it's really exciting how everybody has come together. We put our goals in place. We're achieving these levels of success, and it couldn't happen without you. So this is one of those key elements that I'm really excited about, because you have the ability, you have the power. So remember, step 1, let your imagination run wild. Get your thoughts and processes in place, because the step 2 is asking yourself why you want those goals, why you see yourself trying to accomplish those things. Step 3, Write out your steps to get there. That process is important. And step 4, line up your reward systems to keep you on track. Everybody feels good for different reasons. You need to know what makes you feel good, and don't worry about what other people think. Who cares? We went over that before. Everything in this world that happens to you is your choice. You are the one that's responsible for it. Everything that good or bad is because of things that you've done. So, and decisions you've made. So now that you know all of this stuff, there's nothing that can stop you. As I said last night in Dog Talk with Sean Anderson, it's just Facebook. Who cares what people are putting on there? So people are going to knock you. I'm sure people are out there knocking me right now. I'm sure people think I'm an idiot. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. People are going to knock me. They're better at this than I am. They're better than whatever. Do it. If it makes you feel good, go for it. I'm not going to do it back, but who cares? Because at the end of the day, you know, I get to go home to my wife. I get to go home with my kids. We get to enjoy our lives. They're the people that I truly care about. And they're the ones that are at those points. And I know you guys have these levels of success. I know you're suffering from these anxieties. I've been there. I've done it. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't worry about how everyone's going to judge you if you're happy. And that's why you have to make yourself happy by putting these things in place, getting the levels of success you're looking for, because that's what you have the abilities to do. Guys, that's this episode of Stuck in a Truck. I can't wait to see you next week and give you more tips on the successes and the success steps that you're going to need to move forward in this world to achieve your goals. So get out there, knock it out. We got you. Mike Solar here with Stuck in a Truck.